Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I wanted to talk about something that has been kind of bothering me lately with some of the choices Hasbro has been making when including some of the weapons and accessories that come with these figures. I'm looking at the brand new retro card classified Snow Serpent, and it really stands out with this figure how Hasbro is really lacking with what they're including with these figures and how I think they need to be much better. Is this retro Snow Serpent really retro enough? I don't think so. So I'm going to take a look at the figure and the weapons and accessories, do some comparisons, because I just wanted to talk about how I think they need to make better choices with what they're including with these figures, especially if they're going to do a retro card figure. They need to make the figure feel retro. They've done a really good job, I think, with the retro carded figures they've had come out so far, but I think the Snow Serpent is really lacking, and I'm going to talk about it. Now, don't get me wrong, I think the figure itself is fantastic. I think the retro figure is much better. It's only a repaint on some parts, but I do think it's much better than the original deluxe version that we did get. The retro card version is much closer to the original A Real American Hero line figure just by adding a different color blue. Now, I think they hit it right with this color blue that they've got on him this time on the parachute pack and the gun holsters, even right down to his boots. This time they did black out the face area. The whole face mask is all blacked out. There isn't any brown color like they did in the deluxe version. But overall, it is the exact same figure. It's just had some repaints. So one spot where they should have continued with that same blue color is on these straps here on the pants, because it is not the same color blue as the parachute pack and the gun holsters and the gloves and the boots. They did remove the logo on the right arm. That was that Snow Serpent logo. That's okay, I'm fine with that. I don't think that really needed to be there. Obviously, they got the Cobra logo on there still, which is a must. They did change the color of the zippers to that same blue color. They put a nice paint app onto the buckles, onto the parachute. Some nice silver on there, and here they did add some silver onto a belt buckle, which looks really good. But that's about it for any changes for the figure. Everything else is identical to the other deluxe version. So as far as the figure itself, I think it looks great. It does have the retro look just by changing that blue color. So I'm glad they did that. Everything else on the figure with the cuffs, the furry cuffs and the furry collar on them, all that is identical to the other figure. But that's about it that we get for a change. But they didn't really need to change anything. I think they did a really good sculpt for the original deluxe Snow Serpent. I don't think they needed really to change anything to make it look retro. My main issue with this figure is the weapons and accessories that it comes with. And I don't feel that these choices that Hasbro has made for this figure makes it feel retro enough at all. One thing I like they added with this figure is they gave a white stand this time, which is really nice. Just a nice little added touch to keep the white theme going. And I'm gonna peg him in here just so that he doesn't fall over on me while I'm doing this video. So he stands on there well. But my main issue with these weapons and accessories that come with them is just, I don't think these were right for this figure at all. So we do get two handguns, and they didn't change these up at all. They didn't add any paint apps to them, nothing. These are just the same guns that came with the deluxe version. So it would have been nice this time if they maybe changed it up, or if they had just maybe thrown a paint app on there, even on the handle, just for a little bit of different look. For the goggles, so we get the same goggles again, same goggles used for airborne. It would have been nice if they could have reproduced these with a white strap and a white frame around the goggle lens. In the Real American Hero line, the 25th anniversary line, they all have white goggles, and I think that would have been a nice added touch to get away from all the black and darkness, because this figure is Arctic and should be as white as possible. And then that comes to the backpack and the gun, machine gun that is put into this pack. And what we get is Dusty's backpack. And I really don't think this is a good choice. Dusty is a desert infantryman, and to me, a backpack that has canteens on it isn't something for the Arctic. If it's going to be super cold, chances are whatever's in those might freeze. The overall backpack is not too bad, but to me, if you're going to pack this in with Dusty, this isn't a backpack you pack in with an Arctic trooper. And not only do they use Dusty's backpack, but they also gave Dusty's machine gun that came with both versions of Dusty, the original and the Tiger Force. Now, I'm not even a big fan of this gun at all. I don't really like it. But again, why are we packing Dusty's gun and backpack in with a Snow Serpent? Now, if it was me, I'd be trying to go back to the original M16 that came with the original A Real American Hero figure, even similar to the one that came in the 25th anniversary. So out of all the weapons and backpacks that we've seen so far, which a lot of them, most of them I think are great. I think they're fantastic weapons, backpacks, accessories. A lot of it's really good stuff. Quality's not been the best, but I think they look pretty good. To me, this is not the weapons choice for a Snow Serpent. Now, in the original deluxe version, we got the backpack with the missiles, rockets, and the bazooka. Now, we already knew that the bazooka came with bazooka, which was perfect for him, but I don't think it was right for the Snow Serpent. So why, for the retro card figure, could we not get the EK-99 anti-tank missile launcher that we had with the original? We got it with the 25th anniversary. Why couldn't they pack something like that in? I'm pretty sure they could have molded something pretty simple. No, we haven't seen anything like that in the classified line, but mold something up like that, pack it in, even have it attached to a newer style backpack, just like the original. And then that comes to the snowshoes. And the snowshoes I didn't even like with the deluxe version. I didn't like them with Snow Job. And yeah, this might be a modern touch to snowshoes. And you know what? I'll accept that for the deluxe version, and I'll accept that for Snow Job for the most part. But why are we not getting the original tennis rackets, we like to call it, snowshoes? To me, that's what came with the original A Real American Hero figure. Those came with the 25th anniversary figure. So why are we not molding those and packing those with the retro card Snow Serpent? To me, it's just a cheap way of doing this. If they had even just come out with a Snow Serpent with the old style snowshoes, put that different shade of blue on the original, we wouldn't even have needed a retro card figure. But if they're gonna make a retro card figure, then do it right. Pack the proper weapons and accessories that belong on this figure. Because like I said, don't get me wrong, this figure is great. I think this version with that blue, I think this stands out as a Real American Hero line style Snow Serpent. I'm very happy with the figure, so don't get me wrong on that. But choices for what they packed in with him, I think is very disappointing. I hope Hasbro does a better job in the future. I really do. I think my choices of figures that I'm gonna buy, I'm sure I'm like a lot of the other classified collectors out there. You see one, you see them all, you want them all. And I'm like that. I wanna have all of them, or as many of them as I can get my hands on. But I think I'm gonna start making some better choices of what I'm purchasing from Hasbro in the future based on just what it is we're getting. Because I know Hasbro's been reusing weapons, accessories, parts ever since the beginning. And that's fine, I don't have a problem with that. But switch it up a little bit, and when it's needed, pack in proper weapons and accessories to make these figures truly feel like the retro versions that we want. With this figure, I'm going to take a look at the overall articulation with this guy. So you just want to make sure that everything's moving nicely. So for the head, so we got good movement on the head. There's a little bit of a blemish there on the top of the helmet. That's something that's, I guess it does kind of wipe off there, but good head movement on this guy. You got the neck movement, so everything's moving freely there, so there's no issues. They did the arms good, shoulders, even with that fur on there and the collar fur, the arms do extend all the way out, so that's nice to see. The usual, we got the bicep twists, so there's good movement there. Everything's moving freely. We got double pinless elbow joints, and they appear to be moving good, so that's a good sign. There is not the ab crunch, it just has that upper torso twist with this guy, but there's not a whole lot of movement with the parachute pack on him. For the waist, we got some decent waist movement there, and there's no gaps, so that's molded well. We got the usual thigh twist, and we got double pinless knee joints, and the movement is good on there. So that's one thing I've noticed in the last few figures, that all the joints have been pretty good. There's been nothing stuck, and everything moves freely. So the figure quality, I think, lately has been really, really good. I have been extremely happy with the figures. Boot cut, there's some movement. We got lots of movement with the feet and the ankles. So overall, the figure is great. Don't get me wrong. I do love the figure. I'll throw those accessories on him. The backpack pegs in well, and it appears to stay in well. So that's good. Those goggles, again, like I said, it would have been nice if they had just done a white strap around it, white frame around the goggle lens. I think on that blue lens, metallic blue lens with a white frame and white straps, would have looked really good. It would have made those lenses pop even more. And again, more white just for camouflage in the Arctic snow. So there's goggles on them. We got those handguns. We'll just pop them into the thigh holsters on this guy. And then we got the snowshoes. And one thing I'm gonna not do is I'm not even gonna put this machine gun in his hands, because I just don't like it. And I'm not putting Dusty's gun in a Snow Serpent's hands. So I don't know how anybody else feels about that. Let me know in the comments your thoughts. But for me, I just happen to have a gun from a Valiverse weapons pack that I think is much more fitting for this figure. Now, is it retro? Does it look retro? Well, no, it doesn't. But neither does the one that came with them. But to me, here's a gun that is much more Arctic-like. It's white. And to me, a Snow Serpent should have something more like this. Now, Valiverse weapons don't fit in Hasbro classified figures' hands the best. But after a bit of movement, get that trigger finger in there. After a bit of movement and stretching the hand a little bit, the stretching the fingers, it does work. So to me, that is a much better look for a Snow Serpent. Even if we take a closer look at 25th anniversary figure, now I don't have the A Real American Hero original Snow Serpent. Definitely want to acquire one in the future. I have been looking. Like, even the 25th anniversary version is fantastic. Now, they could have maybe chosen a little bit better blue color for the parachute pack and the boots, because even in the art on the card, we get that same blue color, original blue color, even the color they put on the new classified Snow Serpent. But just like, look what's packed with this guy. Look at the backpack, right? Look at that launcher, rocket launcher. It's very simple, but they could have done something simple like that for the retro card. And in the back there, we got those old school looking snowshoes. And I think that those snowshoes is a must, an absolute must for this classified retro card figure. If you look at the goggles, there's a nice metallic paint job on the lens, but the goggles are white straps connected in white. So to me, that's the way it has to look. So I think they did a really good job with that 25th anniversary figure. That is my look at the new retro card G.I. Joe classified Snow Serpent. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking. Did we get enough with this figure to make it a true retro card figure? I don't think so. The figure, I think, is fantastic. If you unfortunately didn't get the deluxe version, then yeah, sure, definitely get your hands on this guy. It is a great figure. It's a must-have in your classified collection. But if you do have the deluxe, maybe you want to rethink if you really want this guy or not. I don't know. For me, yeah, I wanted him. But after I got him and I looked at him and I looked what came with them and really analyzed it, I'm just like, yeah, something's missing. Something's just not right here. And I think we should have been given some more. So hopefully in the future, when Hasbro continues making their retro card figures, I really hope they put a little bit more thought and effort into what they're packing in there. Give us some true retro figures in the 6-inch form, and I will be happy, and I'm sure a lot of others out there will be happy if they started doing that. So that's about it, guys. You guys know what to do. Hit the sub button, hit the like button if you like this video, leave a comment, and hit that bell so you know when the next video is up and ready for you guys to watch. So until the next G.I. Joe classified figure review or any other toy related video, we'll talk to you real soon.